Most people who travel to see the northern lights never actually see them. And the worst part is, it's not because they planned their trip poorly, nor because they chose the wrong destination. I went all the way to Tromsø, Norway, with that dream in mind too. And despite all the preparation, I almost came back home without seeing a single aurora. In this video, I'll explain why so many people fail to see the northern lights, even when traveling to the most famous spots in Europe. And most importantly, I'll share what I learned on the ground, things no one really explains before you leave, and how you can seriously increase your chances without spending a fortune. Northern Lights, the big myth. When we think about the northern lights, we often imagine something simple. We think, I'll go to Norway, Iceland, or Finland, book a tour, and the sky will do the rest. But reality is far less romantic. The northern lights are not a scheduled show. They're a natural and unpredictable phenomenon, depending on factors no one truly controls. You can be in the right place, at the right time on paper, and still see absolutely nothing. Mistake number 1, bad timing. The first reason most people fail is timing. Many travelers only stay for 2 or 3 nights. They think they're maximizing their chances, but in reality, they're doing the opposite. The northern lights don't appear every night, and they definitely don't care about your plane ticket or how long you're staying. The shorter your trip, the more you're fighting against probability. If you really want to maximize your chances, you should stay at least a week. That's what I did during my stay in Tromsø in February 2024. I saw a small aurora on the first night, then nothing for 5 days. Almost desperate, I finally got the magical show I was waiting for on the 6th night. Mistake number 2, the weather. Even when solar activity is strong, one single factor can ruin everything: clouds. This is something many people underestimate. In Tromsø, for example, the weather can change completely within just a few kilometers. It can be totally cloudy in the city and perfectly clear just 1 hour away. If you stay in one place hoping the sky will clear, you can wait all night for nothing. That's why you need to be mobile and ready to drive long distances at night. This is why I chose to rent a car for the entire week. Norway is an expensive country, and car rentals are expensive too, but I found a practical and affordable solution with GetAround, a peer-to-peer car rental platform. By using my referral link in the description, you get 15 euros off your first rental. Having a car also allowed me to stay outside the city, where accommodation is cheaper, and to explore much more during the day. I'll talk about this in more detail in another video, so make sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss it. Mistake number 3, trusting tours too much. Before leaving, many people told me, just book a tour. It's easier and less risky. Professionals know the weather and the best spots. That's partly true, but tours don't control the weather or solar activity. They're often expensive, crowded, and above all, inflexible. Same-day cancellations are impossible, so if the weather is bad that night, you lose between 150 and 200 euros per person. In compensation, they usually offer a 20% discount on your next booking. Now imagine the total cost if you need to try 2 or 3 nights before finally seeing the lights. This doesn't mean tours are useless, but many people trust them too much, thinking they're a guarantee, and they're not. And for the cheaper tours, you'll often end up in a bus with 20 or 30 people. Personally, I prefer experiencing moments like this on my own. My experience in Tromsø. In Tromsø, I ultimately made a different choice. I rented a car, used several weather and solar activity apps, and decided to chase the northern lights by myself. Honestly, it wasn't easy. It was extremely cold. I spent hours driving at night, checking the sky, hoping for clear patches. There were many nights when I saw nothing, moments of doubt, wondering if all that effort was really worth it, and that's exactly where many people give up. I actually stayed only 2 nights in Tromsø. First, because the city itself isn't the best place to see the northern lights. Light pollution is a real issue, so I spent 2 nights on Senja Island and 2 more in the Lyngen Alps region. This road trip turned the aurora hunt into an unforgettable journey between fjords, fishing villages, and end-of-the-world landscapes, making the long freezing nights at -20 degrees Celsius totally worth it. Sometimes, after a disappointing night with no auroras, you might still spot moose or reindeer on the road on your way back, reminding you that the night wasn't a total loss. And by the way, be extremely careful with wildlife when driving at night in Norway. The truth about the Northern Lights. The truth is, seeing the Northern Lights is neither pure luck nor just about choosing the perfect destination. It's mostly about expectations. Auroras are often sold as something easy, guaranteed, almost automatic. But those who succeed are usually the ones who accept uncertainty, stay flexible, and understand that the experience matters just as much as the result. How to increase your chances. To summarize, here are my main tips based on real experience. First, choose the right period. February is one of the best winter months. Nights are still long, but days start getting longer, allowing you to plan daytime activities. Second, stay longer. It's often said that over a full week, you'll almost certainly get at least one night of strong solar activity, as long as you're mobile enough to escape the clouds. Which leads to my third tip. Be mobile and ready to move based on the weather. Also, don't put everything on a single night. Be persistent. One evening, after a long hike in a snowstorm, I told myself it wasn't worth going out. But a few hours later, after checking my apps again, I decided to try anyway. And that night, I was rewarded with the most beautiful aurora display of my entire trip. And most importantly, consider the Northern Lights as a bonus, not a promise. Paradoxically, the more you accept the idea that you might not see them, the richer your trip becomes. That's why I strongly recommend planning your journey with hikes, visits, and other activities. The Northern Lights will simply be the ultimate reward of an unforgettable experience. If you plan your trip believing the Northern Lights are guaranteed, you'll most likely be disappointed. But if you understand how they really work and what no one tells you before you leave, your experience will be completely different. I'm preparing more videos about Tromsø, the real cost of a Northern Lights trip, and how to chase them on your own without tours. Let me know in the comments if you're interested, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next videos.